All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Between a Pot and a Hard Place. I'm Stephen Colton. Now, this is another video podcast. Um, I wanted to kind of address a few things. Number one, I had put out there in my social media for this show that I was going to be doing 2 episodes this weekend. Here it is, Sunday night at 1:40 a.m. So it really is Monday morning, and I apologize, but I did not do that. What I did do was I sat here with my buddy Chris Kirkpatrick, as always, and we were discussing a few things. We were just talking about general life things, about the current pandemic, and we also discussed time travel in a second episode. But technical difficulties on my end, I forgot to record that. So here we are today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this or listening to this, because this is going to be the second video for YouTube, and as it's also an episode for the podcast on anchor.fm/Between a Pot and a Hard Place. So with that out there, I just wanted to say, messed up this week. So we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to be by myself right now. Unfortunately, there were some other scheduling conflicts, and Chris could not join me on the redo, but that's fine. And lately, I've just been a little insecure, I guess, about the podcast. I've been feeling very, I don't really know how to put it into words. I just really haven't had much to say, and when I have, I just haven't really felt that encouraged to come on here and record. The video content, I'm still with the video page for Between a Pot and a Hard Place. It's still in the early stages, so YouTube still has that 10-minute limit on me, and that just kind of sucks. So I've been trying to record episodes. I did record a video game stream that I was going to use, and I've been joining other video game streams, and they're all just way too long for the YouTube. So I'm going to start putting out content more when I get the restrictions lifted off of me. And that's something I really want to do. So right now, I just kind of wanted to sit down and really just talk about, whatever. Just start talking and see what comes out, And I don't want to get political on this podcast ever. I really don't. But sometimes you do have to mention a few things. And right now, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying in the future, I want to express now that if I ever say anything that is offensive to anyone, I apologize. I really don't intend to come on here and do anything like that. I don't intend to, at least intentionally or at all, offend anyone. I really don't. So I just want to put that out there. I really do, because I don't want anyone to be upset or bothered by anything. But at the same time, sometimes I'm very vocal, and I don't really let up on that. When I believe in something, I stand up for it, and I say and I speak my mind. And I won't make apologies for that, but I will do my best to not try to force it, and shove it down your throats or anything like that. That's not what I'm about. I do want to put my thoughts out, because the entire point of this podcast really is for me personally to be able to have an outlet to express how I feel. And that is really the point of the whole thing. It's like, it's very therapeutic for me. And I'm getting in my head that, like, this podcast isn't building a huge following as I would hope. But at the same time, I got to remind myself, like, that's not what I did it for. I'm not doing it to be well known and famous or anything. I'm not doing it to be well known or famous. Sure, I would like attention. I would like the show to become this thing, but that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to have an outlet, because no one else gives you one, right? You got to make your own outlet at times. And that's what I'm doing now. So hopefully I want it to grow, but not for the reasons of like, yeah, I'm a YouTube famous. Like, I don't really care. I'm not trying to be Charlie bit my finger. It's still hurting, Charlie, but I just want to be able to provide something for someone, because I've never been really truly given a voice, or at least a platform that says, here, speak. That's what I'm doing here now. I'm creating that for myself. Because, to hell with asking for permission, right? As far as like, why do you need to ask permission to be you, or to have an opinion, or to get something out? You don't need to ask anyone's permission for that. You have the power to do that. You have your voice, and your voice really is your currency, right? And everybody has an interesting story to tell, so use that. I think Kevin Smith for that one, and because I saw him in Atlanta. I want to say 2015 or maybe 2016. It would be more 2016, 15 or 16. Honestly, I can't remember the year. It was either 15 or 16. But that was his main driving point, was, use your currency. Like, your voice is your currency. Everyone has an interesting story to tell. And he's like, I know a lot of you are thinking out there that if you don't, you don't think that what you have to say matters, that you don't have a story to tell. I'm like, and he's like, no, that's bullshit. And everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got a fabulous fucking story to tell. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you put your voice out there and you affect one person in the slightest amount, then that's the difference. If everyone did that, if everyone put out this message, this positivity, this whatever it is, and it hits one person, then you've done something. And who cares to really put something out there like that? Who really cares to do that anymore? And not many people. So I think it's pretty awesome that anybody would want to sit and talk and embarrass themselves, or try to make jokes and they fail, or do stupid impressions. Boy, I tell you what, God dang it. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't care how stupid it sounds, how crazy it is. I just want to create an outlet, really. And podcasting is the best way to do that. And so, and on the YouTubes, this is going to be a short show. It's going to be about 10 minutes. And I might sometimes do 10-minute increments where I'll have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 for the video versions. And then the podcast itself will be a full hour to however long. But right now, I think I'm just going to keep it kind of short. I'm going to match the podcast with the YouTube for those double broadcasts or whatever. But YouTube will become the platform for this show to share other things, like little skits or something. I do plan on doing, like, eventually. This is nowhere near now, but like way later down the road, doing like short films, or maybe some fan fiction or scripts, anything. This show isn't just about me going, well, I'm kind of sad today because I no, it's not just about that. It's about more than just that. It's about being comfortable in my own self. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people sit and think in their own minds, and sometimes that can be dangerous. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to get too deep here with this. I don't have these dangerous thoughts or self-harm, anything like that. I don't really think that. I have gone in and out of depression, of course. As anyone following this show would know, my father passed away, and it's been, in the matter of 2 weeks, it will have been 6 months. 6 months. So, but we're going to get more into that here in a bit. This will be the wrap up for part 1 of the video. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Just keep listening, and stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of the show.